am so glad you are officially live. This masterclass has started, and you are here because we want to talk today about how to find belonging without fitting in. You are absolutely in the right place. I am so grateful that you have chose to invest in your life and in your leadership today. We're going to maximize this 30 minutes that we have together because I really believe this topic could no doubt not only change your life, but change your family and the corner of the world that you live in. In the next 30 minutes, I'm going to spend this time showing you how to find true belonging and to stop fitting in by sharing these 3 essential practices to find true belonging with yourself and with others. And it's going to start right now, not someday down the road, right now. What I'm going to share is not rocket science, but it is neuroscience. It is from the best practitioners and researchers that I know, most notably our patron saint around here, Dr. Brené Brown. And I want you to know, as we are getting started together today, that finding belonging is not only possible for you, it is within your reach, and it is your birthright. The secret is that you have to find belonging to yourself as much as you need to find belonging or to be in a belonging relationship with others. The research shows that this is the secret to change your entire approach to authentic connection with yourself and with others. So the degree to which you can belong to others is directly proportionate to the degree to which you first belong to yourself. Said another way, your external belonging is matched by your internal belonging. So that is how we are going to focus and spend our time talking about how do we do this. These 30 minutes are going to go really, really fast, I promise, like lightning fast. So I want to encourage you to make the most of your investment in this time. So eliminate distractions so that you can fully engage in this time. At the end of our 30 minutes, I'm going to do a few minutes of Q&A. So if you are taking notes, you can write those in your workbook. If you have a question at the end, you can pop up live on screen with me, or you can add it to the chat or to the Q&A. Ask me anything. Plus, I'm going to share with you all the fast action bonus that I promised you for joining live. So let's dig in. All right, start with the problem. The problem that we're talking about today is fitting in. Fitting in sucks. Fitting in is very problematic. It is really the greatest barrier to finding true belonging. You feel pressure to fit in because you are made to belong. That is the tension. That is the pressure point. Brené Brown says this. She says, the thing is that we are wired to be a part of something bigger than us so deeply that sometimes we will take fitting in as a substitute. But actually fitting in is the greatest barrier to belonging, because fitting in says, be like them to be accepted by them. So we settle to fit in, when actually what we need to do is to stop settling for the fitting in and to seek and to pursue true belonging. Fitting in is problematic for 2 really dominant ways. Number 1, fitting in is about needing to be like them in order to be accepted by them. I mean, if this isn't like the quintessential expression of middle school, I don't know what is. I've got 1 kiddo in middle school now, 2 have graduated into high school. This is so much of what our teenage years are like, right? But for so many of us, we still carry that with us into adulthood, into the rest of our lives, is we feel like we need to be like them in order to be accepted by them. Second problem with fitting in is that it's like being somewhere that you want to be, but the people that are there with you could care less one way or the other if you are actually in the room. And the truth is that that really hurts. Like fitting in is hurtful because you are wired for connection and you were wired to be a part of something bigger than yourself. A couple of years ago, the US Surgeon General of the United States declared loneliness an epidemic because we are so profoundly disconnected from ourselves and from one another. And the connections that we do have are often so superficial and are marked by the fitting in that I just described. So we kind of come into community, we come into gatherings with this legit desire to connect more. But we leave those gatherings feeling like less because we haven't been seen. We asked our membership community about what does it feel like? What has it felt like to you when you don't feel like you belong? And these were some of their responses. I bet you can identify with at least a couple of them. They said, I feel invisible, not seen. I feel like I have to hide, like there's a portion of myself and my beliefs or my opinions. I feel like I have to hide being able to say what I think or who I am with those that are around me. It feels like playing small, like I can't be the fullest version of myself because I'm trying to fit into these boxes. Being anxious or insecure when I'm with fitting in type folks. Feel disconnected both within my own body, within myself, or disconnected from the people that I'm in the room with. Not belonging feels like armoring up. There's a defensiveness and a protection that you really are doing for the sake of yourself, but it doesn't allow for belonging to take place. When you don't feel like you fit in, you're accommodating. So you're just kind of placating or going with what everybody else wants instead of really owning what it is that you want or who you are. The feeling of not belonging feels like being on the outside, even when you actually are on the inside. It feels like assimilating, again, kind of going along with the status quo, just kind of morphing yourself and molding yourself into whatever else is happening without being able to bring your whole self to that room. It feels lonely. Or one person said, I feel like an observer, not a participant. One woman specifically said, when I feel like I don't belong, I feel like my whole body gets tense. And I second guess everything that I say, my facial expressions, my tone, pretty much every way that I'm showing up, I'm second guessing. We have a wholeness assessment at Azer, and in that wholeness assessment, we ask a few questions specifically about belonging. And the findings within this wholeness assessment reveal that for a lot of women, they feel a lack of belonging being expressed in not having girlfriends to play with, laugh with, or cry with. And really, it's that trifecta, right? It's the play, it's the laugh, it's the cry, that there's something missing. They have revealed in their answers and their experiences that they struggle to experience mutual partnership with men. There's more of power over instead of power with, and that sense of mutuality. And they've also expressed this difficulty in finding meaningful belongings in multiple groups of people. And that really is like the tip of the iceberg in what women have shown and revealed about where they struggle to find belonging. We really define belonging as true belonging does not require that you change who you are. It requires you to be who you are. Big difference. Belonging feels entirely different. It's being somewhere you want to be and they want you there as much as you want to be there and to bring your whole authentic self to that relationship. Belonging says, this is who I am. And I hope we can make a connection. Any belonging that asks you to betray a part of yourself is not true belonging, my friends. So now is the time to reclaim your birthright to true belonging to yourself and to others. If any of this is resonating with you so far, maybe you're feeling a little sweaty, you're feeling your heartbeat a little bit faster, maybe even a tear in your eye. These 3 essential practices that I'm about to share with you is exactly how we help women to find belonging without fitting into any box. And spoiler alert, it is not only possible, it is within your reach. If we don't know each other that well yet, my name is April Diaz, and I am the CEO of Azer & Co. I've been a certified coach for over a decade. I've coached well over 1,000 folks all over the planet. I'm a spiritual leader, meaning I really want to help people find meaning and purpose and belonging in this world and to one another. I am a published author and an international speaker. And 2 of my favorites and most challenging roles, I am married to my high school sweetheart, and we have 3 teenagers. So life is never dull around the Diaz Casa. But honestly, I think I am like the most unlikely woman to teach a masterclass on something like belonging, and to lead a company of women that are we really hope to help live and lead with their whole self. Why do you think I'm so unlikely? Well, it's because I have never felt like I've belonged anywhere. I have always felt like I've needed to fit in. And so because of this, I have studied belonging for over 20 years. As a little girl, I would have described myself as a tomboy with sparkly shoes. I loved dolls as much as I loved dirt. Then growing up into teenage life, I was a burgeoning leader with communication gifts and skills. I had ambition and goals beyond being a wife and a mom. I wanted to change the world. And then as I grew up, I ended up finding myself as a minority in almost every single space that I set my feet, in every leadership team that I was on, and every board meeting that I was in, and every conference speaker lineup, in every learning cohort that I was a part of. It has taken me years to learn what I am teaching you today because I struggled so much to belong. I tried to fit in for so much of my life, but I am here to teach you some of my experiences and some of my failures so that hopefully you can do it better. Before we move on, though, I actually want to guide us into a grounding exercise. If you've been around me or Azer for more than a minute, you know that this is one of the things that we always do. This is a practice of belonging more to yourself. And so I want to help us to get grounded as we move forward. And in that, I would like for you to put one hand over your heart and one hand over your belly, as if you are hugging yourself. And I want you to take a deep breath in through your nose. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. I am loved. Exhale. I belong. Inhale. I am loved. Exhale. I belong. Keep your eyes closed and breathe slowly still. But would you answer this question? Where do you need to find belonging? Is it within yourself, in your work, as a leader, with friends, maybe with your family, or you're in a partnership? Maybe you feel like, gosh, April, it's everywhere. Where do you need to find belonging? You can open your eyes. And one thing that I want to tell you is that when you belong to yourself and then to others, everything changes. There is confidence, courage, peace, boldness, power, authenticity, connection, empathy, resolve, joy, strength. What would change for you if you stopped fitting in and you started belonging? These 3 essential practices I'm going to share right now are going to help you start right now, but they will require bravery. So if you're ready, here's the first one. First practice is to be vulnerable. I wish this was not the first one. I feel like vulnerability is my kryptonite, but I've also come to believe it's my superpower. Brené Brown defines vulnerability as courage wrapped in strength. And I know that for myself, this is probably why I struggled with belonging so much growing up, is that I thought that vulnerability was weakness, but in fact, it is my superpower. But I still struggle with being vulnerable because I trained myself for so many decades to fit in. So just a couple of weeks ago, one of my best girlfriends was throwing a birthday party, and there were a couple of things in the itinerary, the activities for that birthday party that I was feeling insecure about. And historically, I would have just shown up and put a smile on my face and kind of pretended my way through those activities that made me feel insecure. But I know that vulnerability helps me to belong. And so I texted my friend Cherie and I said, hey, listen, I just want to let you know I'm feeling really insecure about these couple of things. But I wanted to let you know because I don't want to just fake it. I don't want to show up. And her response was really wonderful and beautiful. But really what it did was more for me than it was about deepening the trust in our relationship, which it did. But that vulnerable text to her helped me to realize that I don't have to fake myself through life, that vulnerability allows me to be seen for what is really going on underneath the surface. And one of the things I know to be true and believe now more than ever is that you will not find belonging apart from vulnerability. So here is an action step for you. In your workbook, write this down. This is your action step. Say specifically what you need or what is going on for you. Again, you have to be courageous. This is a brave thing to do, but you need to say specifically what you need. So do you need a night off from the kids? Do you need some alone time? Do you need your partner to do more chores? Do you need to go for a walk? Do you need mornings that are more quiet before all of the activities of the day begin? What is it that you need? You need to speak it. When you belong more to yourself and to others, when you will belong more to yourself and others when you voice those needs to the people that are in your world. Second essential practice for belonging is that you have to be uncomfortable. So first it's vulnerable, then it's uncomfortable. But actually, I love this image in this picture because it's an image of stretching. And one thing that I know about physical wholeness is that if you are going to grow your muscles, you actually have to stretch them beyond what is comfortable, beyond what your current capacity is. So this means you have to do hard things in order to get different results, something you're not good at. You got to put yourself out there. Even though it doesn't feel good, if it is aligned with your desired outcome, it is the right thing to do. The only way that you grow is through uncomfortability. Comfort is actually the nemesis of transformation. Connection is on the other side of your comfort zone. So you need, in your action step here, you've got to stretch beyond your comfort zone, my friends. You have to stretch yourself beyond what is comfortable. This means doing something different in order to get a different result. Don't run the insanity loop. Do something different in order to get a different result. So maybe more specifically, you need to make a phone call that you've been dreading. Maybe you need to say yes to an opportunity or no to something that you don't want to do. Maybe you need to go to the party, even though it feels stretching and you feel uncomfortable. Maybe you need to end or shift the nature of a relationship that you have. But whatever it is, be uncomfortable. That is your next essential practice. The last one, the third one, is that you need to be present. This is my word for 2024, present. And I love it because for myself, I tend to live in the future. Most of us either live in the past or in the future, but we only have this present moment here and now. The past is for perspective, the future is for direction, but the present is for engagement. When you participate differently in your life presently, you naturally get different results in the future. So one of the things that I wrote on a Post-it note that is hanging up in my office is be here now. The present is a gift. And this word present isn't only a time-bound word, but it is also a reminder that it is a gift. And so if we are going to experience more belonging, we have to be here, anchor ourselves in this present moment so you can come back into your body right here and right now. So here's your action step. We did this 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique a lot, especially during COVID, but practice presence with this. It'll help you to become present. So here's what this technique is. Name 5 things that you can see. Name 4 things that you can touch, 3 things that you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing that you can taste. I taste my coffee on my breath right now. This 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 engages all of your senses to help ground you here in this present moment. I'm not exactly sure why you signed up for this masterclass with me, but now the question that begs to be answered is, how will you find true belonging and stop fitting in? You get to decide which direction you go. Will you move towards more belonging, or will you move towards kind of fitting yourself into whatever those molds and expectations are with others? You get to decide your pathway. If true belonging and deep connection is what you're looking for, I'm so freaking proud to introduce you to our Warrior Women membership community. The research and my own lived experience is really clear. You can only become your whole self and live fully into your potential when you belong to yourself and others in meaningful ways. In this community, we are deliberately building the most diverse and inclusive community on the planet that I have ever been a part of, certainly. And in this community, we practice what we preach what we practice. We are vulnerable, we are uncomfortable, and we are present together because we believe that when you belong more to yourself, you can belong more to other people, and that is world-changing. In our membership community, you get a whole bunch of stuff, but I want to tell you about a couple of things. Every single month, we do a deep dive into one of the 6 wholeness dimensions. This is our 6-part framework. It's proven to deepen your personal belonging and connection with others. So in the month of July, when you join, we will start with physical, and you will do a deep dive in the month of July into physical. So each month you get guided focus with features and then weekly support with tools and practices, on-demand resources, live events that really help you to dive deeply into what does physical wholeness look like for you this month. And then for the 6 months, we continue through those 6 different dimensions. You also get access to, honestly, my world-class coaching. I'm a damn good coach, and I'm not ashamed to say it. You get access to this in group contacts and live Q&As. And then you get authentic connections with other women. We are kind of a no BS community. We really show up with each other and for each other as our true selves. And that authentic connection really helps to promote your growth and you stepping into the fullness of who you are. You also get created and curated content. This is not only every single month, but we've got a growing library of really proven resources designed for life-giving results. Here's the deal with content. You can download anything off of Google at any time. Content is fine. Content does not produce transformation. The content that we create and curate is designed to get you results. It is to move you into action that will actually help you to move to become more fully who you've been created to be. Then you also get a private online community. And this is important because belonging to women who are doing the work will help you to get further faster. It just will. It elevates, the research shows, it elevates your game when you are surrounded with people who are pursuing the same things that you want. And then we give you full access to a membership-only website so that you can personalize your journey. Yes, we guide you strategically, smartly into each wholeness dimension, but you also get to customize and personalize your journey with everything that we have made available to our membership community. This community really, honestly, is not one more thing that you need. It's everything that you need to cultivate connection with yourself and with others. This is the tip of the iceberg that I just shared with you. We have designed this proven pathway packed with value to help you to prioritize your growth and connection with others despite the demands of your life. I know you have a very busy life. I know that it can be overwhelming and exhausting. And we have created this membership and are committed to you bringing your whole self and doing that in a way that is sustainable throughout your life. You can become a member in 2 ways. One, you can join with a 6-month membership, and that is, you can do 6 monthly payments for only $49. Or you can make 1 payment for $245, which means you get 1 month free. Or you can join with a full year, 12-month membership, and you will get 2 months of your membership free when you do an annual membership for $490. Here's the deal, y'all. This is cheaper than a monthly pedicure. I got a pedicure about 3 weeks ago, and it's already looking a little bit questionable. This membership doesn't do that. It is worth so much more than what you could do on an external basis on a monthly basis with a pedicure. Plus, when you join, you can get these bonuses. We've got an Activate Your Goals. It's a 3-week online challenge that really helps you to identify and unlock what it is that you want for the next couple of months. And then you can make the most of your membership as a result of how you can activate that one goal. Second bonus that you get is really early access, special offers that we have only that we give to our membership community. This is kind of like the VIP zone, right? And so we want to give you discounts and early access so that you can kind of dive more deeply and really make the most of this journey. And then the last thing is every 6 months, you can get one-to-one coaching session with myself or one of our certified coaches at a significantly discounted rate to really help you if you're feeling stuck or you're not sure where to go yet, or you're spinning your wheels. That one-to-one coaching session can really unlock and help propel you forward. So you get those bonuses when you join our membership now. You can join at membership.azarandco.com. And here's the deal. Doors close on July 2nd at 5 p.m. Here's the catch. We will not open our membership again until 2025. We are committed for these next 6 months to invest in our members. And so we will not open the doors again. You do not get to become a member again until January of 2025. The other thing I want to say is I know that there are some men that were in the room that signed up for this masterclass, and this is for women only. Sorry, dudes, but I am sure that you know someone who needs to be a part of this community. And so when I send the replay out, I would love for you to share it with her so that she can be a part of this magic sisterhood of warrior women. I promised you all that I would give you this fast action bonus for showing up live. So if you would, let me know that you are live here right now, add it to the chat or add it to the Q&A, just type live and we will make sure that we send you this fast acting bonus. This is our proprietary, expertly written 120 question wholeness assessment. It covers all 6 dimensions of wholeness, including sexuality and finances. And we will give you personalized results with how you can increase belonging and connection as a result of you defining where it is that you are right now. So you will get that as a bonus to being here live. All right, we have just a few more minutes left, so I would love to spend the rest of our time answering some questions. You can raise your hand or you can add your question to the chat. Let me see. Okay. Any questions? Thanks, Ann Wellman. I see you. All right. Okay, a couple of questions that came in beforehand that I can go ahead and answer. And I'm actually going to stop sharing my screen. So that way we could be a little closer together. Okay. A couple questions that came in beforehand that I know I can answer for you. How much time does this membership require? Great question. 5 minutes a day, 5 hours a week. More than that, you get to choose this. There is an element of choose your own adventure to our membership that is really important. So we want to make sure that whatever time you have to give to your leadership development, to your personal development, that you've got the ways to do that. So we send a weekly email with practices, questions, live events, ways for you to engage, and you can cherry pick and choose what makes the most sense for me right now with what I've got capacity and time for, or, what is really pressing for my own journey and belonging and connection and becoming more of my whole self. So the time is really whatever it is that you have to give. Another question that came in is what kind of women are in your community? Great question too. So like I said, we are building the most diverse and inclusive community that certainly I've ever been a part of. And it is really beautiful. So that means women from all over the place with all kinds of beliefs and opinions and needs and life experiences and jobs and ages. All of that is incredibly diverse. But the common thread for the women that are in our community is that they want to become their whole self. They don't want to leave anything on the table. They want to fully live their life, and they want to do that in community because they know that transformation happens best together. So women in our membership describe our community as authentic, as being with other badass women, as incredibly real, no BS type of women. And so if that describes you, this community is for you. Another question, is there new material every month? So great question. Yes, there is new material every single month. Every month we focus on one dimension of wholeness. And so we will feature new content and old content alongside of each other every single month. There are always new workshops, new book discussions, new live events that will help us to internalize and process content that we are learning. Again, knowledge puffs up, love builds up. So we want to make sure that we are doing things that are loving for ourselves and for others. And you also will get access to other content that has been created prior to you being a part of your membership. So you can access that as well. All right, y'all, it is 30 minutes. I told you, lightning fast. So as a final word to you, I want to say thank you for joining me here. I think I'm very unlikely to teach a masterclass on belonging, but it has changed my life. And I am so committed to helping other women, particularly, find more belonging with themselves and with others. And so it is a privilege to have taught you these 3 essential practices today. And I hope to see you a part of our membership community. It is one of the most beautiful things I have ever been a part of. And I know that you are supposed to be a part of it with us. So thank you for joining. Much love. Have a great day. Bye.